Okay, class, today is the 9th. Today's actually my anniversary. Thank you.
How many years?
Please don't clap. It's not necessary. I don't even like that stuff. No offense. Your heart is in the right place, but I'm good. All right. Together, 13. All right, here we go. We have already completed the warm up. We're going to write our homework in our planner. Okay. Today, I'm going to go over how to write equations in slope-intercept form and then graphing. You see it on the side. So I have my teacher model that I'm going to do today. Those are the two things I'm modeling. You're going to put the practice problems in your notebook, okay? And then lastly, you're going to do Delta Math, okay? Correct. Delta Math is due Thursday. Sometime on Thursday, okay? End of the day, 11:59 or whenever.
If we turn it in late, are you gonna count it like Thursday?
I hadn't decided really, to be honest.
Cause I got like.
I'm just looking for all of it to be completed. Oh, go ahead. Yes, sir.
I have kids out here that.
All right, hold on. Okay, so let's write our homework in our planner. If you have one that you need me to go over in the warm up, I'll be more than happy to do that. But let's write our homework in our planner first, okay? Anyone planning to come to the virtual tutoring session today at 4?
Hey, I may still be at school.
I mean, you can come by if you're still at school. I'll still be here. So it's online. It's on Zoom. All right. So if you show up at 4, you show up at 4. If not, then we move on. The link is right on the Canvas page. It says tutoring link. All right. Here we go. Check off what you did yesterday. If you did these things, check it off. If you didn't, don't check it off. Okay. Today we have our virtual tutoring at 3 p.m. I'm sorry, 4. I have a meeting at 3. Lord Jesus. I hope it don't last an hour, but it probably will. All right. Please make sure that you complete your homework. Work on your Delta Math, please. Work on your Delta Math. I'm going to pause for the calls. All right, here we go. Any questions about the warm-up? Which one, babe? All right, a local clothing shop is marking down all of the summer clothes by 75%. Okay, Keisha would like to purchase a swimsuit that originally cost $80. Okay, when she gets to the register, she signs up for a loyalty card that saves her an additional 10%. How much did she spend on the swimsuit, and what was the percent, or what's the total percent she received off? Okay, so it's 75%. It's 75% marked down, so 75% off, and then the 10% off as well. How much total percent is that? So let's do a markdown for 85%. So the swimsuit is $80. We're gonna multiply it times the 80. When we say 85%, so that's 0.85. So let's multiply that and see what we get. 80 times 0.85. How much money is that? $68 off, okay? It's going to be $68 off. So we're going to take the $80 and subtract 68 from it. Okay, when we do that, 80 minus the $68, how much money is that? Very good. 80 minus 68, Miss Reyes, that is 12. All right, so she's gonna pay $12 for that, which is pretty good. Any questions? Oh, and it's 85% total off, okay? All right. Find the markdown for the loyalty card. So let's just do 10% of the $80. What's 10% of $80? $8. Okay. And we've already found the total price. 80.
Really good kid who just needs to take a test.
Okay, that's fine. We already found the total cost. I don't even know.
Huh?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
there's a desk right there. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Okay. All right. Take out. There's a sheet of paper that I gave you. It looks like this, where we're writing linear equations in slope-intercept form. We're going to do that first. I'm going to model that first. If you don't have this sheet, raise your hand. When you are writing an equation in slope-intercept form is where y is isolated. The form looks like this: y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is your y-intercept. So you're writing these equations so they are written in this form. So you're really doing like a literal equation. You're just solving for y. You're getting y by itself. So let's get y by itself. Let's do the first one together. If you cannot listen and write, then please just listen. Okay? Anthony, close your laptop, babe. All right, y'all, let's do it. To get y by itself, look at what's on the side of y with y. You got the -2 that's attached by multiplication, and then you have this positive 3x. Which one of these do we get rid of first? The 3x. Get rid of anything you can add or subtract to remove. This is a positive 3x. So what's the opposite of a positive 3x? We're removing the whole thing by subtracting 3x on both sides. You got to move the whole thing to the other side. 3x minus 3x is 0. It's gone now. And we're left with -2y is equal to, and I'm going to write this first, okay? Just because I like writing the x term first. Doesn't matter really. No, you could have written -16 minus 3. It's fine. I just like to write the x term first. Shh. Now what do we do to get y by itself? How do you get rid of the -2? Yes, ma'am. Divide everything by -2. So we have, you watching, baby? We have -2 divided by -2 is +1y. Bring down the equal. We have a negative divided by a negative is a positive. This is going to be a positive 3/2 now, x. We have a negative times a negative, which gives us a positive. 16 divided by 2 gives us what? 8. This is the equation.
So why wouldn't you convert a fraction?
Why would, say again, baby?
3 divided by 2. Why wouldn't you solve that? Why would you?
Because if it's an equation, most equations you won't rise over run. If I was to graph this, I would have to change it back to a fraction.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Right.
So just keep it as a fraction.
Okay.
It's not wrong to change it to a decimal, but we keep it as a fraction just in case we have to graph it. Okay? Anybody else? Please write this down. Okay? Now what am I going to do to get y by itself? How do I get rid of a -11?
Divide by -11.
Divide both sides or everything by a -11. Divide everything by a -11. A -11 goes into a -11 one time. So this is just one y. A negative divided by a negative. I need to simplify this fraction. So negative divided by negative is a positive. I'm going to keep it as a fraction. 13/11. X. I'm going to keep it as a fraction. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 12/11. Make sure that your fraction is reduced. Keep it as a fraction. If I were to graph it, it's easier to graph a fraction than it is to graph a decimal. I would have to convert it decimals to fractions anyway in order to graph them. Questions about number 2?
So
Yes, baby.
you can simplify it to a whole number. You don't
Not 13 divided by 11.
Oh,
She's saying like, what instead of dividing like you would in like a regular
Oh,
problem,
okay.
just keep it as a fraction because it's the same thing.
Very good. Yes, baby.
you have to make it into a positive or into a negative.
It has to be, you have to simplify it. A negative divided by a negative is going to be a positive. Okay. Anybody else? Good question. All right, number 3. All right, what am I going to do here first to get y by itself? Subtract the 9x. 9x minus 9x is 0, and I'm left with negative 7y. Okay, I can bring down this negative 7 first, or I can bring down the negative 9x minus 7. Doesn't matter which one goes first. You cannot combine them, so bring them both down. You cannot combine terms that are not alike. Now what am I going to do to get y by itself? Divide both sides by negative 7. That means everything has to be divided by negative 7. Now we're going to simplify. Negative 7 goes into negative 7 one time. So that's 1y. Okay? Negative 9 divided by negative 7, just reduce it. A negative divided by a negative is going to make this a positive 9 over 7. X. A negative 7 divided by a negative 7 is a positive 1. Any questions? Let's do number 4, and then you're going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. All right, let's do this one. What am I going to do to get y by itself? What do I move first? You're going to subtract x. I got you. X minus x is 0. And on this side, what am I left with? Negative 3y. Good job, babe. I'm going to bring both terms down. I cannot combine terms. I cannot add or subtract terms that are not alike. So I'm going to bring down the negative x first plus 6. It doesn't matter which one I write first, which one I write second, as long as y is by itself. Now what am I going to do to get y by itself? Divide both sides or everything by a negative 3. How many times will negative 3 go into negative 3? A positive 1, so that's positive 1y, or just y, same thing. What number is in front of this x? It's a 1. Negative 1 is in front of it. Okay? What's a negative divided by a negative? So this is going to be a positive 1/3 x. What's a positive divided by a negative? This is going to be a negative. A negative what? 2. Okay, so now I need you to try the next 4 on your own, please. Shh, guys. Shh. Okay, so for this one, we're going to subtract 6x from both sides. This gives us 5y is equal to negative 6x minus 15. What do we do from there? Divide everything by 5. This gives us y is equal to negative 6 over 5, right? X. What does this give me here? Minus 3. Raise your hand if you got that right. Okay, that's good.
I think I did. I messed up. I forgot to divide by 5.
Yep, divide everything by 5.
I got that. I think right when I got to there, I just got stuck. I don't know.
Okay, so let's see if you can do 6, okay? All right. Samaj, do you have a question? You stretching? Okay. All right, let's do this one. Shh, ladies, guys, look up here, baby. All right, so for this one, I'm going to subtract 4x. Any questions about why I'm moving the x?
Well,
What's your question?
because you're solving for y.
I'm solving for y. All right, this is gone, and I'm left with negative y is equal to negative 4x plus 1. Okay, now I got to get rid of the negative. This is really a negative 1. To get rid of the negative 1, I'm going to divide everything by a negative 1. Some people multiplied everything by a negative 1. It's fine. All right, this is going to give me y is equal to what? Y. I already got y. Positive 4x minus 1. Okay? Yes, baby. Simplify it because you're writing an equation. Now, when you get ready to graph, yes, keep it as 4 over 1. So you can have rise over run. Shh. What's undefined is when you have 0 on the bottom of your fraction. All right, let's do number 7. We're going to subtract 11x first. This is gone, and we get negative 5y is equal to negative 11x plus 32. Okay? Yes, baby. What's your question? Okay. All right, so now what do we do in order to get y by itself? Divide everything by negative 4. So this gives me y is equal to, what's this going to be? 11 over 4x. Very good. And what does this give me? Minus 8. Raise your hand if you got that right. Okay, pretty good. Let's look at number 8. Number 8. All right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do first? Siri, what am I doing first? You subtract 11x on both sides. Very good. Okay, yes, baby, I'm sorry.
So on 6,
Shh. On 6, this one?
is it okay if we put a 1 under the 4?
She already asked that. Simplify it. When it says simplify your answer, you're not gonna see a 1 under the 4. You're just gonna see it completely simplified as 4. Okay. All right, 8. What are we going to get on this side of the equation after we subtract the 11x? Negative 8y. Bring down the equal. Okay. Now what are we going to do to get y by itself? Divide everything by negative 8. Okay, so this is going to give me y is equal to positive 11 over 8 x plus 6. Perfect. All right, this is going in our notebook, please.
Yeah, that's right.
Good job, baby. We're going to put this in our notebook. This is page 9. Oh, we already did these.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah, we already did that. Q?
Is slope like 8?
No.
Slope is M.
Slope is M. Shh. All right. Did you watch all those videos I told you to watch? We did.
No, we didn't. You went home and played Xbox.
All right, here we go. Page. Shh. Page 9. Shh. Page 9. Writing linear equations in slope intercept form, okay?
Slow.
I'm going to pause for the calls. Please pick up the supply bag and paste this in on page 9. Real quickly, this is what your quiz is on tomorrow, page 3. please make sure you study the foldable on page 3. I'm giving you problems from page 3, okay? So please make sure, that you study page 3. All right, I'm gonna go back. Some of you said go back. This is the title of page 9. Pause for the cause. Okay, at the top, you're gonna graph these as linear equations. You are gonna graph. So when you're graphing inequalities, these are the things. After you graph it as a linear equation, you have to know how to draw the line. Okay, so if you have this, please make sure you write this down so you don't get lost. This is a greater than. I want to do less than first. I'm sorry. Less than looks like a L almost. This is less than. Shh. That's okay. All right, so we got less than. Shh. It's broken too, but good luck. This is greater than. Just don't worry about that right now. Just do this part. And you can go back and do that later. Shh. All right, with your less than sign, notice how there's no equal to. So with both of these lines, the lines are going to be a dashed line. Write it for now, and I'll model it later. This is going to be a dashed line. No equal to signs, it's going to be a dashed line. When you don't see an equal to sign, instead of it being a solid line, it's going to be a dashed line. That means if any point is on a dashed line, it's not a part of the solution because it's on a dashed line. Like an open circle, it's not included. All right, if it's less than, not only is it going to be on a dashed line, but you're going to shade under the line because it's less than. If it's greater than, you're going to shade, how do you think? Above the line. All right, so if it's less than, if it's less than, it's going to be a dashed line, and you're going to shade under the line. If it's greater than, I'm going to go, got a dashed line, and you're shading on top of the line. Okay. Let's do the others. We got less than, equal to. And then you got greater than, equal to.
Is there any equal sign? Will we ever use equal?
We have been using equal.
Okay.
Remember, y equals mx plus b?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So less than, equal to, this is going to be a solid line. We've been doing solid lines, so just like you graph an equation, it's going to be a solid line instead of a dash. If there's an equal to here, this is also a solid line. Less than, how do you think we're going to shade? Shade how? You're going to shade below the line or under the line. I should say below. So let me go back and change under to below. I mean, it's the same thing, but I want to use the same verbiage. And for greater than, how do you think you're going to shade? Above the line. Okay, write those in. And now we're going to do some examples, okay? All right, let's look at number 1. Anybody still writing this part down? Okay, come on, babe. I'm going to pause. Let me know when you're finished, okay? Shh. All right, let's do number 1. First step, shh, we're going to graph it like it's a linear equation. We're going to label our M and our B, just like we did yesterday. What's our M? -3. How do you write -3, the integer, as a fraction? The top number is the rise. The bottom number is the what? What's B here? 4. +4. Questions about how to label.
Do you always put the, if it's this whole number, do you always put it in the
Yes.
So you have the rise?
Because so you have the rise over run. All right, so now we're going to graph B on the y-axis. That's the vertical number line. Positive B from the origin is up 4. 1, 2, 3. This is +4 on the y-axis. Now we're going to use the slope to graph points on the line, right? From here, are we going to go up or down? Down how many? 1, 2, 3. From there, we go to the left or to the right? Right, it's +1 as a run. This is where we put our point. Let's do it again. Down. 1, 2, 3. To the right, 1. 1, 2, 3. To the right, 1. 1. No more space. Yes, until you run out of space. You want points in the opposite direction? Instead of doing -3 is +3. +1 is what? They are equal. A negative divided by a positive is going to make it a negative. A positive divided by a negative is going to make it a negative. They are still equal. Any questions? All right. So here I go up 1, 2. I don't have enough space to put points in that direction. So just connect the points that I have. Draw arrows at the end of your line, because by definition, a line never ends. Now, this is a solid line. How do Miss Reyes know that I draw a solid line? How do I know it's a solid line? Because it's an equal to. Equal to.
Yep. That's all I'm saying.
Now, how do I shade? Am I going to shade above or below? Above. On top of the line. On top of the line is this way.
Whoa, that's satisfying. You watched the satisfying video before?
I don't even know what that is. All right, so now every point that is on the line or in the shaded region is a solution to this inequality, okay? Every single point that's in the shaded region and on a solid line is a part of the solution. If you put a point in this region that's not shaded and you substitute X and Y in, this is going to be a false statement, okay? But if you take any point in the shaded region or on a solid line and you plug the X and the Y in, this is going to be a true statement. Okay? All right, let's do number 2. First step, label M and B. What's my M? 3/5. What do I label the 3 as? 5. What's B? Any questions about how to label? Nathaniel, you okay? Now we're going to find -5 on the y-axis. -5 is down 5 from the origin. This is my starting point. From here, where do I go? Up or down? Up how many? 1, 2, 3. From there, where do I go? 5 to the what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have any more space to put any more points? No. What inequality is this? This is less than or equal to. That's why it's a solid line. Am I going to shade above or below? Below. Any questions? Everybody okay? If I am typing this into my equation, my calc, I go to y equals. Please just watch me so you're not lost. And I want to do this one. I'm going to do the fraction 3/5 x minus 5. I'm going to press my arrow button all the way over to the end, and I'm going to press enter. I'm going to shade below the line. So I keep pressing enter until it's a block that's shaded under the line. So now when I graph,
Whoa.
that's what my equation should look like. Okay? So I hit y equals. I think you got it. When you hit y equals, you type in the equation, you go all the way over to the end, and you keep pressing enter until you get to the direction that you want to shade it under. You see that's a dash line there? Okay, so look. I want to shade below. That's above the line. This is below the line. And then when you graph it, that's what you get. The dash line and shading, it doesn't work on these calculators. So you have to know that it's dash or solid, because it's not going to do it, okay? It's not going to do it for you. X is right beside the green alpha button.
It says link, right? It's the second button. It's the second black button.
Okay. All right, let's do the next one. Y'all ready? First step is to label. You're labeling M and B. I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Please label on your own. No help from teacher. Shh. Label M and B. Anthony, what's your M in number 3? Shh. What's the number in front of X? No. Yes, baby. It's a number in front of it automatically. What's the number that's automatically in front of X? -1. How do you write -1 as a fraction? Just put a 1 under it. Top is my rise, bottom is my run. What's my B here? -5. So now I'm going to find -5 on the y-axis. -5 on the y-axis is right here. You okay?
Yeah.
All right, so negative. From here, am I going to go up or down?
Up.
Down 1.
Wait.
And then it's -1.
Oh.
And then from after I go down 1, do I go to the left or to the right?
Right.
Right 1. Now I want points in the opposite direction. Look. So it's going to be positive 1 over what? They are still equal. So now let's go in the opposite direction. Go up 1 into the what? Left 1. Up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1. What inequality is this right here? What inequality? Greater than. Is there equal to? No. So this is going to be a dash line.
So, hold on.
Greater than. How do I shade it? Above the line. Every point that's in the shaded region is a part of the solution. If it's not in the shaded region, it's not a part of the solution. If it's on a dashed line, it's not a part of the solution. It has to be in a shaded region or on a solid line. Sit up, please. All right, let's do Y. What inequality is this right here? Greater than. Oh gosh, it's already time. All right, we'll finish this tomorrow. Put your calculator back, pick up your cell phone.
That's crazy.